Hello, welcome to another stream. We are doing the 6 Day Man Blanket with Betty Mcknit today. We are on day 5. This is also the second day of me streaming using all of this special setup and all that good stuff. So hopefully it goes right. I have my tea. Yes. And I'm going to show you what I've done so far, and then we're going to hop on TikTok. So today has been crazy. Well, you're gonna hear all of it when we get with Betty, but I have not worked on this blanket since last week. We are still halfway into the blanket, and this is all the gray that I have left. So, and I have like so much more of this green. So I do think that I do think I'm going to need another skein of yarn. And I do think that I'm going to have to probably the last time we're on here for day 6 is when I will finish up the gray and then have to go out and buy some more, because if I don't have to go to Walmart, I don't want to go to Walmart, so if I don't have to go, I don't go. But I'm super excited to hear from my friend Betty. And yeah, she is live, so I'm going to go ahead and call. Life didn't come. That's not what I wanted. All right. So yeah, this week has been a week. All right. We're going to turn this down. Anyway, there's a lot going on. Yes, but does she see me?
She's connecting.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
So why didn't you tell me I could change the view on this? I feel so dumb.
Because I just found out.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yes, I just found out myself. I had dedicated like a whole day to try to figure out everything that I needed to know, because I'm doing another live stream like on Tuesdays with another creator. So I was like, okay, how am I going to get everybody in the same view? And then that's when I figured it out.
Okay, so how do I do it?
Okay, so I think like it has to be somewhere where you like click on multi-guest, and then you can choose like whether they're in the corner or side by side. There we go, but that looks weird.
But why is it all these other people? Like as if there should be other people here, but they're not. There's not.
And then why am I the biggest one? See if there's another one. Maybe you have a different view.
Settings. Moderators ranking muted accounts, but it doesn't. Now it's not. Comment settings, no. Mute duration, no.
I'm gonna disconnect and then I'm gonna come back. Maybe that'll help.
All right. All right.
All right. Ooh, what happened? I don't know.
No, I did it again. I hit the same thing. Guests. Okay. All right. So I'm hitting guests, and then it has the option to do like full screen, or what is that? Oh,
It flipped
wait a
you.
minute. Oh, it's flipped. No, we don't want that. That ain't it. Um, yeah, so these, what is this? Did I just kick you out?
No, I'm still here.
You're still here. Okay. Yeah, that's the disconnect. And then I have that. My other choice is making me big like that, like I was, or I can go into settings and
Grid or panel? Somebody said you had to push
yeah,
panel. How many options do you have on yours?
I have an option for your microphone, your camera, and that's like muting you or turning you off. And then I have that full screen one, which does this. It's grid or panel with an infinity sign.
Hmm. Let me see.
It, turn off multi-guest. You'll disconnect from your guest and won't be able to invite guests to join.
Um. You know what? We won't bother with it. It's okay. I'll just keep it how it is now. Because that's too much. We just want to crochet. There we go. That's
Wait,
what
I
it's
got
supposed
it.
to
I
look.
got it. I did it.
There we go. All right.
Never mind. Betty Mcknit's too old.
Stop.
Okay. Wow. How are you, by
I'm
the way?
doing great. I've
Okay. Wow. How are you, by the way?
I'm doing great. I've learned so much this past few days.
Yeah.
Yes, just when it comes to like live streaming and all this other fun stuff.
Well, you're doing your homework.
Yeah, lots
I'll
of
have
homework.
I'll have to have you come and do a master class um in my business course.
Yeah.
You what to do.
Yeah.
How's your man
But how was
blanket?
your week? Oh, it's still the same how it was last time.
Yeah, me too. Well, I did stay on after you left so that I could do, I don't know why I did that. I just wanted to get a little bit more done, I
Mhm.
guess. And so I did. I stayed on, I don't know, for maybe like 40 minutes after you left last time.
Mhm.
The conversation died down to like nothing. We were talking about going to the dentist and really stupid stuff like that. So I actually thought about like going in and editing out the part where you weren't you after you left. I was like, wow, this is dull.
Oh, well
So
that
much more
that
fun
kind of
when
makes me
she's
feel good.
here.
That kind of makes me feel good knowing that I'm the life of the party.
You were. I mean, you were missed when you left last time. Let me tell you, I had a couple people just hanging on by a thread. I think just me, like, are you really talking about going to the dentist, Betty? Like,
Oh
yeah, it was
man.
like that. It was like that. So, um, my week was really nice and relaxing. I had a friend come to visit, and
Mhm.
she's a lot like me. She's just like happy to kind of sit and in silence
Mhm.
and take walks to the beach from time to time, and a very nice, peaceful, relaxing visit with her. Um, she got into the Sister Wives with me. I'm still watching the whole thing. 2020. They're in the pandemic now, and
Mhm.
that's been kind of hard to like relive the pandemic stuff.
Yeah.
like when we all first realized, like, oh, this is real, and then navigating all the social distancing and all the stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I hope we don't have to go through that again.
No, and I don't want to talk about it no more. That is the extent of the convo that I care to have
Yes.
about it.
Yeah, very traumatizing.
Traumatized,
Um,
right?
oh man, this week has been so let's go. Let me get set up so I can show you so we can get the view of the
Okay.
let me turn this right.
Yeah, let's switch our cameras, and then we can crochet and we can talk the whole time.
I accidentally turned mine off. All right. But my dentist appointment went great.
Oh, good.
I know there's so many people who wanted to know how that
Yes, we were talking about it just after you left.
um so let's see. Oh, my mug broke. I feel like that was the thing that kicked off this weekend. Just
I,
go downhill, man.
I saw your TikTok when you're like
Oh
crying.
my.
I was like, she is crying real tears. That is not fake.
I was so sad. Like it was kind of one of those things where you just don't believe that it happened. Like you can't believe that it happened.
I know, I know.
And so it literally I feel like a ghost must have like been hating on my mug and just like smacked it on my hand because I don't even know how I dropped it.
Oh, you dropped it. Wow.
Yeah, I had dropped it on the counter, so it wasn't even that far of a distance.
Oh my God.
But like, I had got it out of its little nice little space in my cabinet with all my other mugs, and then I went to put it down, and then it just fell on its side. Like I really felt like there was a ghost involved
Oh my
because
God.
it was really upsetting. And then I just sat there like, you know how something happens and you're just like, huh? You don't believe it.
Yep.
And then because there was like glass breaking, my alarm system in my house knows when glass has been broken. Like if it
Oh,
assumes it's a window. So then the alarm was going off and it was just a mess.
oh my goodness. Well,
It was a mess.
I wanted this to be a surprise, but you have a new mug coming your way already. I was
Thanks.
immediately when I saw that, I went right to my Zazzle store and I sent you another one. Um,
Thank you.
don't have to worry. You could use that one on your desk or something to put your scissors in or put your stitch markers in or something like that. Up high where your little boy won't touch it, and
Yeah.
because it was just a handle, right?
Yeah, it's just a handle.
Yeah, but not to worry. I got your back. That's why they call
Thank
me the
you.
mama. Well, I call myself the crochet mama. So I don't know if anyone else calls me that, but that's what I call myself. Crochet mama.
Yeah, so then we had the broken mug, and then what else happened? Oh, so the other it was yesterday. Like we had just been like started, like I just finished cooking, and we were all hanging out in the kitchen, and then my husband was like, "Do you hear that noise?" And I'm like, "No," and he put his head to like the vent that we have in our kitchen. And so he's like, it sounds like water. I'm like, water? What do you mean? And so I put my head next to it too. He's like, I don't know. It doesn't sound like water. I said, maybe it's just the heat, like the furnace turning on or something. I don't know. And so he's like, no. And so he turned off the heating and the sound continued and he's like, oh, I think that's water. I said, no, it's not water. And then he went outside and turned off like the main water valve to the house. And then the sound stopped. I'm like, oh shoot, it is water.
Uh-oh, you burst a pipe.
So yeah. So pipe burst at the bottom of our house. Right. I didn't want to believe it. I said, no, no, not. I don't want to be an adult. So I called my mom. I said, Mom, what do I do? I don't. This is my first home. I don't know what to do. And so she gave me the number to the guy that comes over to her house and like does all her handiwork.
Mm-hmm.
And so he came over and he patched it up. It was just two little patches.
Oh, good.
And but while he was down there, he saw what looked like, you know, a rat like gnawing at our duct, like
No.
our vent duct and the insulation, and that was also why the pipe burst, because something was nibbling down on all of our stuff underneath our house.
Oh, crap. Oh, my
And
God.
so at this point my husband is mad. He is big mad. So he's like, I gotta call somebody, come get this, come figure this out. And so I was like, he called his uncle, and while he was on the phone with his uncle, he was like, this rat done come in my house, took the insulation off, made itself a bed, burst the pipes, got himself some water, and he got heating and air conditioning. Well, guess what? I'm about to give him some food. He was real fed up.
Wow.
So they had to go underneath the house today and fix that.
Wow.
So, and they put, poison down for all the little, I don't think it was a rat because we don't have rats over here. We do see a lot of raccoons and cats in this area. So that, I think it might have been like a raccoon or a possum or something.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
that all sounds terrible.
Yeah. It was a
I
rough week.
I'm so sorry about that. I mean, I had a pipe burst over Christmas, and I don't own my house.
Mhm.
I am renting this place, and I really love it here, and I want to stay here. So I'm always like, whenever anything happens, I'm always like, please tell the landlord it wasn't my fault. Like, please tell him I did everything I could. But I had never had a pipe burst before either. But they send you all these warnings when it's going to freeze, saying, do this, do that, do
Yeah.
da da da. So I'm like, I'm never going to have a pipe freeze. They're going to know how good a tenant I am, going to be the best. And
Mhm.
I'm going to, I'm going to be the best, and my pipes are going to be warm. And so I do the most. I do as much as I can to like prevent that from happening. But I noticed that my bathroom floor was really cold. So last year it froze, but it didn't burst. And I was like, it's something up in that bathroom because the floor was really cold. And I went down and I was like checking, and I was like, it's insulated down here, but it looks like there may be a spot where air is getting through or whatever, but nobody did anything about it. It warmed up, it thawed out, and it was fine. So all
Mhm.
year nothing happened. And then we had this cold snap again, and I was like all prepared with the heaters and everything, and it just got over Christmas. It was just, you remember how cold it was for how
Yeah.
long, was, and it doesn't really get like that here very often, and when it does, it doesn't stay cold for that long.
Mhm.
What actually happened was my my heating and air conditioning unit is right under the bathroom, so the house is on pylons, right? So
Mhm.
it's, the house is up on, people say it's up on stilts, but I was recently told you're not supposed to say that. the locals don't like when you say it. Houses are built on stilts. They're called pylons. So it's up on pylons. So it's, vulnerable. But my heating and air conditioning unit is right under the bathroom, under the house. So when it's
Mm-hmm.
running nonstop for days and days and days and it's super cold outside, it blows the cold air straight up to my bathroom. So that's what was happening. And that's why it froze.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So they fixed it. But to me, it was like really dramatic because I had all this water pouring out of my house and I didn't know how to turn the valve off by myself. And
Mm-hmm.
because it was Christmas Day when it happened, and everybody's pipes are bursting all over the Outer Banks.
Oh
The water,
wow. So it was
yeah, the water
luckily it
company
just wasn't you.
it wasn't just me, but the water company was like, "You're on your own. Go figure it out." And no, it was Christmas Day, and I had water
Mm.
pouring in my house and freezing. It was bad. It was really bad. But they ended up fixing it and figuring it all out and everything. And I was leaving to go out of town the day after Christmas, anyways. But it
Mm-hmm.
was still, it was so dramatic. I was like a big drama queen over it. Like, oh no, my pipes burst. What am I gonna do? But it's all good now.
Yeah, I was being dramatic too.
I would, especially if you own your house, and then I mean the either way, the cost is on you. You know.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Speaking of cost, so we called this one place and they were like, well, because it's a weekend, it would cost $300 for an hour. And then after every 30 minutes after that is $75. We were like, okay, thank you, click.
Wow.
I'll go down there and get some duct tape.
I'll just
But
not.
luckily, what'd you say?
I'll just not. My daughter was here visiting me for Christmas. We were having such a
Hmm.
nice time that we were actually just like, well, we don't need water. We're fine. We
Yeah.
didn't want. We didn't want to leave, so we were like, well, and we should have filled up the bathtubs with water, but we didn't, so we could have more
Mhm.
water for flushing the toilet and stuff. But we didn't
Yeah.
do that. But if we had thought to do that, we probably would have stayed here, because we were just like thinking about all the different ways we could live without water and what we would do if we had to, if we really needed water to take shower,
Yeah.
whatever. I'm just like, I'll just not have water. I'm fine. I don't care. I have Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
I have Wi-Fi. I have yarn. I don't really need a shower. Nobody cares what I.
Yeah, I would have been the same way, but I had church. I was like, "Oh no, I gotta do something." So I took a little bird bath, but I was like, "Oh my goodness, I can't go stinking in church."
Yeah, I was unfortunately, I should have taken a shower because I knew, because this had happened the year before, that it was actually just the hot water on my side, but on the other side of the house there was still hot water, which didn't really make sense. But I said to myself in my mind, like, you should take a shower because there's hot water now, but there's not going to be any water pretty soon if this continues.
Hmm.
Like, you're not going to have any water. But I didn't listen to myself, which I often don't do. And I don't know what's wrong with me. Why don't I listen to myself more? Because I do have that voice of reason that comes in from time to time. That's like, you know, it's Christmas Day, you haven't showered in a while, you're going home tomorrow, and you're about to lose hot water. Why aren't you taking a shower? And I'm just like, shut up. Leave me
Yeah,
alone.
my voice is more like, "You don't need that ball of yarn," and then I'm like, "Shut up."
I've been showing off my yarn, the picture you took of me at the store, in my chat. my
I
face
love that. I love that picture so much.
picture. And then you cut me out and you put me on the thumbnail, which I just died laughing when I saw it. You're very creative. I really like that. It was really cute. You're, you're
Thanks.
good at that. You're good at that. So, what else did you learn about live streaming on your little investigative journey this week?
Yeah, so I've been trying to figure out for the longest time how to just make it more seamless so then like I'm not well I really cuz live stream mainly on TikTok.
Uh huh.
So I've been trying to find ways that I can do it so when I go live people see who I'm talking to and what they're doing. Um
Okay.
So there's this I mean I know about this because I also help with the live stream for my church.
Uh
Well,
huh.
I used to, but now I'm in the nursery, but I still, I still know this program. It's called OBS. And so like you can do a lot of streaming like to different say for example, I could take my TikTok stream and stream it to YouTube and stream it to Facebook and any other streaming website all at once.
Okay.
And so I learned how to screen share it. So now, all I do is have to set it up once. And then now I can stream it to my YouTube because that's the only place I really stream other than TikTok is
Uh huh.
YouTube. So that took some finagling, but it looks really good right now.
Oh, good. Good.
And then if I want to like um I do want to try to come up with like an outro so it looks a little bit more professional.
Mm.
So then like or outro and the intro so then, I can count down to when the live stream starts.
Uh huh.
And then when it's ready, I just flip over to the live stream and then, and
Okay.
then an outro. So then people are like, okay, follow me, all this other stuff. So we're learning over here.
Yeah, I don't have an outro. I mean, I do have one, but I don't use it so much anymore. It's old. I have the music. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I think it got annoying for people. People told me my music was annoying, but um I could still use it. I'm just so lazy with my YouTube channel. Stuff on there and I'm like done. I don't
Yeah.
go back and like fix it and stuff. And I want my daughter to do it for me, but she hasn't started working on it yet. That's good to know. Yeah, an outro. You can put the cards and stuff on the end.
Yeah, and the cards and stuff. Yeah. So I'm just trying to get all that together. I've been mainly the streaming thing because when I go live with like other people and they're crocheting, I want whoever watches it back on my YouTube because I'm in a group where other people are in different time zones, so they can't join, but they still want to see the video that we do. So I had to figure all
Yeah,
that out. Um, but yeah, I'm very proud of myself.
good for you. Good job. I'm proud of you too. Good work.
But yeah, we actually got. I'm gonna read you this comment we got on the actual um our video or her video. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna read to you the comment we got. It was so nice.
Aw.
It's from Nicole Lee. She says, "OMG, ladies! I finally took the time to log in to comment. I've been following you both. I'm a big fan of Betty
Aw.
Mcknit project and I love your Bible studies, Alea. When I saw your shopping spree, I realized then that I don't go to Michael's because the yarn I want is never on sale and so expensive. But after watching you ladies, I had to go to the local store and make sure that is the only place I want to find the Caron cakes. I am here on the West Coast near Napa Valley, California. I do a lot of shopping at Joann's and Hobby Lobby. Now I have 8 Caron Blossom cakes in the color Tide Pool. Now, which project to do? I'm wanting to start learning to Tunisian crochet, but found that my tight stitches is frustrating with anything more than 10 cast on stitches. But I love the idea of the knit look, but with crochet. I can knit, but it takes me far too long. Only enough for now. I just have to vent and share the joy of shopping for yarn and projects. Have a blessed day.
Oh,
I was
so
like, oh my god, that's such a nice
sweet.
comment.
That's so nice. Thanks for reading that. Wow. Really
Yeah, so that's
sweet.
so encouraging. Like,
Yeah.
I was very so I didn't see it until I actually logged into YouTube to do the live stream. So I'm gonna have to reply back afterwards. But that was so nice.
It's very nice. Very nice. So nice to have nice followers, and there are a lot of people out there just crocheting along. I'm not even saying hi to my people. Liz is here, and Amy, Bryson is here, and Amanda. Hi, everyone. I have some people from the McKnitiverse following along. Oof. Did you see I'm doing a hexagon cardigan crochet along? A lot of people wanted, well, a lot of people were asking for a crochet along for the hexagon cardigan, so I'm doing that. I think next month I might do like the shrugs or the shrug hoodie or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
People asking about those or interested in doing those. I don't know. I don't know what to do next. I'm trying not to fly by the seat of my pants so much. I'm trying to plan ahead. And just be like,
Yeah.
one person says, "Oh, let's do this." And I go, "Okay." And I do that. Amy Bryce,
So,
go ahead.
oh, you can go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to read a comment. Amy says she's been kind of quiet. She had a great birthday weekend with her kiddo, but she's tired and she's crocheting along with us.
Ah, happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. I don't know if it
Betty,
was her
when's your birthday?
birthday. Might have been her kid's birthday.
Oh, well, happy birthday to them too. Happy birthday to everybody.
But what were you starting to say?
When's your birthday?
My birthday is May 25th. When is your birthday?
Oh my gosh, May 25th is our wedding anniversary.
Stop it. That's just proof
Yeah,
that
that's that's so crazy. My birthday is September 26th.
September 26th. All right, I'll write that down. I'll be 56. Old enough to be your mama.
For real, I think y'all are. Hold on, let me think.
Yeah, because you're,
No, I think she's 54 or 55.
well, I'm
I
55
think she's
now, and I have a daughter. I have a daughter who is 27, and I have a son who is 29. He just turned 29
yeah.
a couple weeks ago. So I think you told me you were 27.
No, I'll be 29 this year.
Oh, you'll be 29. So there you
Mhm.
go. You're right in between my two kids. You could be my kid. Amy says her birthday was Friday and her daughter's birthday was January 22nd. They went to the
Oh,
Mythical Beasts puppet show. Puppets were so big, they took 3 people to operate them. That sounds fun.
that does sound fun. Yeah, my sister-in-law, she is supposed to be having her baby girl. Well, her due date is tomorrow.
Oh,
So she's supposed to be having her baby girl, you know, Maybe well, we don't know if she's gonna have it tomorrow, but maybe the next few days.
One of my followers on Facebook says my birthday was Friday and I turned 81.
Oh
Happy birthday.
wow.
You turned 81. Who is that? I can't tell who it is on when you comment on Facebook because I use you were talking about OCS. I use Restream and I use a software, the Valentine's Day. Oh, it's Barb Cuffley. Happy birthday, Barb. Um, I use Restream, but I don't know if I think there is a way that you can just restream right to TikTok, and I just haven't figured it out yet. So I just use my phone separately, but I like what you're doing where you only have one thing going to all the different places.
Yeah, I just find it just a lot easier, and then you can see what everybody's doing.
Yeah.
Because in order to stream it from TikTok, I think you have to have a stream key, but it might be different because you have like a business account, right?
Yeah. I thought you had to have, I kind of investigated it and I couldn't figure it out. There's probably a way to do it and I just haven't figured it out. So maybe someone can help me. Help me, I'm helpless. But I used to do my lives on Facebook with another person, used to be able to bring somebody in and then they stopped, Facebook starts out a certain way and then it goes backwards in time with function
Yeah.
and keeps getting worse and worse. Instead of giving you more and more, it gives you less and less. So then I started using the Ecamm Live, and that's what I use to do the picture in picture and have my logo on the screen for my YouTubes.
Mhm.
And sometimes I use it for my Zoom calls too because the picture's better. It's a lot better, the quality. So Zoom is not so great for recording video. I found that out the hard way. So now I got to remake some of my videos that I did on Zoom.
Mm.
So how's your Tunisian crochet shawl coming along?
It's going great. I am now almost back to where I was before I took it apart.
Uh-huh.
Um, and it's looking great. Very excited. Once that's done, then I think I'm gonna do like a double border. So I'm gonna do like a border of like single crochet, and then I'm gonna do like the bobble tassels. I think that's gonna be so cute.
Oh, that will be cute. And you said you were designing it so that it didn't have a million ends.
Oh, that's another one. That's a different one.
Oh,
That
that's
one
a
I haven't started yet.
okay.
This one that I'm working on, the one viral, that one has a million ends to it. There's no getting away with that one. The one that I plan to not have a million ends, I haven't started yet because I'm still trying to figure
Oh,
out exactly what I'm gonna do.
well, did somebody when we were talking about it last time, was it an envelope border suggested? There's such a thing as an envelope border where you just kind of the ends go inside and then you don't have to weave them in.
Envelope order.
Border, an envelope border. You might have to,
Oh, envelope border.
yeah,
Oh, I don't know. I have to look that up.
yeah, that might be.
Hmm.
I've never done one, but it's come up in my group when people make,
Let me write that.
they do blankets and they don't leave in all the ends. They want to have the color changes. Ends like the popsicle blanket, the popsicle effect 6-day kid blanket. You have to change colors on every row. And it's the Australian confetti, same thing. You don't change colors on every row, but the way you change colors, you can't carry it up the side. You have to have it.
Mm-hmm.
So you end up with a lot of ends to weave in. I'm caring about weaving in ends less and less. You know that as I go along. Um,
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like it's one of those things that when the more you crochet, the less you care about certain things that it's just like, I don't know, something you just have to do. And if you want the colors if you want a lot of color, you have to change color on every row. And if you change color on every row, you have to weave in all the ends. It's just something that happens, and I'm not going to tie knots. I'm not going to.
Yeah.
You won't see me doing that. I wish I could be more zen about weaving ends. I think I'm just accepting it. I'm just accepting it a little more. I have this project that I'm working on. I've just teased it a little bit, but it's a scarf. It's a gigantic 6-day kid blanket scarf, and it's almost done. And I'm gonna release it in the Mcknitiverse, hopefully ASAP. Um, but my friend was here this week, and I was wearing it. I was showing it off and like dancing around in it. A crazy
Hmm.
thing because it was so much fun, but it still had all the ends hanging off of it. And she kept saying, "You should leave all those strings hanging off of it. That's really cool." And I was like, "No way!" But there are a ton of them. There are a ton of them.
I was thinking today in church, I should have been paying attention to what they were saying, but I couldn't. I was looking at
Thinking about
somebody's, yeah, I that's really bad to admit, but I was looking at somebody's sweater and I just was thinking like I wonder if you could do like the 6-day kid blanket sweater, right?
mm-hmm.
Um you would still have it would be like the chevron,
Uh-huh.
and it would be like it wouldn't be squared off.
Uh-huh.
So you would still have like the chevron on top, chevron on bottom,
Uh-huh.
and it would be like two rectangles. You would sew up that would be the problem. You can't really sew up the sides if if it's chevron, right? If you try to no, I think that would be look weird. If you try
Yeah.
to sew two of them back to back, you would have like
Uh-huh.
a weird hem for the shoulder.
Well, yeah, I've thought a lot about different 6-day kid blanket sweaters that I want to make. And I've configured it in my mind a bunch of different ways. But one of the
Hmm.
things is, yeah, how do you do the sleeve and the seams? Um, how would you do it? Um, there have been people that have done like little 6-day kid blanket tops in my group, but they just basically
Hmm.
what you're suggesting where they sew together to rectangles that they made, and um it just has like armholes, and it just there's no sleeves, and there's no shaping, or it just has like a double crochet sleeve or something like that, not a 6-day kid blanket sleeve. um I also have I have a pattern, and if you're in the Mcknitiverse, it's something that I put in testing, and I just never released it. I think I think I was trying to do too many different sizes with it, and then
Hmm.
I got confused. But it is a 6-day kid blanket. We called it a cowl poncho. So it's not
Mm.
a square poncho. It's more like just a wrap that goes around your body. It almost looks like a skirt, and you just wear it around your like your chest and shoulders.
Hmm.
And with that, I had the technique. Also, this technique is also in the infinity scarf that you were interested in, the
Mm-hmm.
infinity scarf with the hood. Um, but I have figured out how to do the pattern going around in a tube so that you wouldn't have to seam it. You wouldn't have to make two pieces and seam it. You could just make a tube and then you could split for the shoulders and then go back and forth on that shoulder portion. Now, the only trouble with something like that is I have a lot of my following, including myself. We like to use cake yarn.
Mm-hmm.
So if you take a cake yarn and you go around around with it, and then you start going back and forth with it, then the stripes are not going to be the same. The striping is going to change and be wonky. So that's another thing that I think about when I come up with these patterns is just knowing that people are going to want to do them in cake yarn,
Mm-hmm.
and then how to handle that. But yeah, I feel like I'm going down a creative rabbit hole. I could
Yeah.
a million ways to make this sweater, and I could also get stuck thinking about all the different ways I could do it and all the different ways I could perfect it and like never get it done. I finally got that. I got one of them done. I got the hexagon cardigan done and out there. And now I
Yeah.
want on some of these others and get them going because that's what the people want. They want 6 day kit
Yeah.
like everything, everything. The pants. What were you talking about the other day? A headband, a headscarf,
Yeah, a
or
head control. Wow, I really messed that up. Uh,
handkerchief.
Headkerchief.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking about it too. I should have my notebook here so I can write down ideas. I was thinking about it right before I got on the live. Like, I need to write down everything, everything. I'm like, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that, I'm trying to this, trying to that, because it's a lot. I think I have ADHD sometimes, honestly. Right?
I feel that way sometimes too. I just got like so many ideas in my head, and
Yes.
I don't like sitting there and writing it all out, but I really need to practice journaling.
Yeah. I'm doing better about my like doing the brain dump and then actually calendaring and putting time
Mhm.
under to work on specific things and not just, like wing it all the time,
Mhm.
but like actually put it on my calendar and say, I'm going to work on this from this time to this time on days. Feels good to be getting this blanket done though.
Yes, I definitely need to get more gray yarn because I'm almost out of it.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I really like this. My husband, every time he comes in here, he's like, "So that's my blanket, right?" I said, "No, you have so many blankets. I'm use one of those."
It's a man blanket. Manly. I had to reach out because I sent the original man blanket to the person that I made it for, and he travels a lot in the winter time, so I had to reach out to his son and say, "Hey, did he get his blanket? Cuz I haven't heard from him."
Mm,
And he said, "Oh, let me check. He's traveling, so he's not at home, but I did put some packages in for him, so let me go check." And then he came back and said, "Yep, it's here."
that's
So,
good. At least
yeah,
you know he has.
feels good. It was like took me a really long time to get that to him just because I had to make it into a pattern and do all the stuff. But thank goodness I did. Otherwise, you and I never would have met.
Yeah. I think we would have met. I think I just probably not as soon as we did.
I think you're right. But yeah, it was that TikTok video. You're like, I want to make a man blanket, but I can't because I'm doing crochet this year.
Yeah.
And now this year you're doing Tunisian crochet. Am I right?
Yeah. Yes.
That's awesome.
So look, I was browsing. I feel like I'm gonna say it wrong. Furls? Did I say that
Yep.
right?
Yep.
I was browsing their website and I just was looking at all the hooks and I'm just like, why is all the ones that I want sold out?
They're always sold out, aren't they? I haven't
Yes,
ordered
I
any
was.
because they're always sold out. I,
So
I,
I got on their email list.
you did. You know,
Mm-hmm.
go to the well, you're not on Facebook, but there are groups. There are like swap and resell groups because people don't always like them. People don't always like the furls hooks when they get them. So I would definitely just like don't go crazy. Just get one and see if it's
Yeah.
right for you, and then then start working on your collection. Um, but yeah, so people will put them up for sale on the in the groups from time to time when they decide they're not right for them. Um, I wish I had ordered more. I wish I had ordered like a whole set in every color. Honestly, I do have the same like handful of sizes that I use again and again,
Mm-hmm.
but I can never find the one I want when I need it. So
That's always how it is.
yeah,
Are you looking for that specific one and it's just like nowhere to be found?
exactly, exactly.
Yeah, I saw that they came out with an all metal one. I said, gosh darn, those things look so pretty.
They are pretty. I think they were trying to do smaller sizes or metal for the amigurumi crowd. Uh
Oh, okay.
yeah, I think they were trying to do more si- um types of hooks for the amigurumi crowd. I don't I think there's something about I don't know. I'd have to ask Courtney because I know she does a lot of ami, but the because you have to work them a little bit tighter. I think the wooden hooks or the resin hooks aren't super great for doing tight work because they can
Yeah.
break.
Yeah.
And then sometimes this part, I've never had this happen, but this part can come on it can come off, come unattached from the handle.
Oh no.
Or had that happen with any of mine. But yeah, I love them. It's the only hook I use. Only one.
How do you feel about the hooks that you got while we were out?
Um I I like those plastic hooks that we got at Hobby Lobby. Did we get some hooks that look like this? Or we talked about these? Uh,
No, we talked about them, but we didn't get those. We did get one that looks like it. It was the Prim
oh,
ones
right,
from
right.
Michael.
So I will use hooks like this for travel. Like I have
Mm.
a whole set of this hook, an entire set that I use just for traveling because I don't want to take my whole furls with me,
Mm-hmm.
lose them. Um, so I'll use them for traveling, but I I like and I like them. I think they're fine. I mean, I can crochet with a regular hook,
Mhm.
and I just like the weight of this hook is weighted. It's heavy. So there's something about that that just helps me relax my hand. I don't it seems backwards. Um so yeah, those the hooks that we got, I like the shape of them, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I like the shape,
Okay.
but not so much the weight. They're not something that I would crochet with um every day consistently, but I would like stick them in my purse,
Mm.
have an
Mhm.
emergency, an emergency hook or whatever to do. What am I doing? Doing the wrong. 1, 2, 3. I spent a lot of time today processing the whole video from my crochet marathon. It was like 16 hours of video, and I
Oh wow.
put it on CapCut and I got it down to 8.5 minutes. So I could upload it onto TikTok. It's like going
Oh
so,
wow.
yeah. Somebody said I wondered too. You wondered what I was doing? Because I started doing double crochet again. My Keurig is broken. I could not get it to make coffee today.
Oh no.
Another one. I don't know if I really want to invest in another one. Do you know how many of those machines I've owned?
At one point, I had three at the same time. It was crazy.
They don't work for very long. They break.
No, no, they don't. And I think once the one that we have breaks, I'm not gonna buy another one. I think I'm gonna just go back to the old type of coffee maker. Because the fact that the K cups are just getting more and more expensive, and it's the coffee's not that strong, and it takes up so much space on the counter. So
Hmm.
I'm like, yeah, this one goes. I'm not gonna buy another one.
Yeah. I got to think about it real good because I do like getting up and just having that one cup of coffee, but I always have more than one.
Mm.
Yeah. I got one of those coffee makers that it's ice. You make iced coffee in it, but really all it is like it just has a little pad that you put over the heating element and you put ice in right in the glass and it makes iced coffee. I
Oh.
Yeah, it makes the coffee, but it's just real. It's making the same coffee. It's not making any different coffee.
Yeah.
It just doesn't keep the coffee warm. It doesn't warm the element underneath, and it doesn't. It has a little pad. I think that thing still gets hot actually, but it just has a little pad that you put there so that yeah, it's dumb. I thought it was like
Yeah.
really. I don't know what I was thinking uh, about it because you can just make coffee and then let it cool down and then
Yeah.
make iced coffee with it. It's not that you don't need a whole different machine, but yeah, I bought that because I was like, oh, I love iced coffee. As soon as it starts getting warm, I don't drink my coffee hot anymore, so let's get this. But I don't know, it didn't make me happy. It was a little bit of a rip off, I think. Let's see. Yes, I like the size of the Hobby Lobby hooks, but they wear out and the grips start looking bad. I love the furls. I wish they could figure out the supply. I need a couple of other sizes, but cannot ever beat the crowd to buy. Mm. Alea, did you sign up as an affiliate for them?
I did not.
Yeah, you go
Do
to
you
the.
think they'll take me even though I don't have that like many followers and stuff?
I don't know what their criteria is, honestly.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know, but you do it through Share a Sale now, so you should be in Share a Sale anyways. You can apply for a Lion brand code if you use them. You can do knit picks. You can do Annie's. There's a bunch of different places that you can sign up for. Michael's, I think you can do.
Mm. So Annie's, was that ever? Did it ever go by the name of Annie's Addict?
Annie's Attic. I don't know. Maybe.
Because I had bought these like Tunisian crochet hooks like secondhand,
Uh huh.
and I wanted to like learn more about them because they looked really old. On the package it said like anniesaddict.com, and then when I looked it up I couldn't find it anywhere except for just regular Annie's.
Huh.
So
Probably wouldn't surprise me because it has been around for a really long time. Annie's.
yeah. Yeah, they're super old, like old school Tunisian crochet hooks.
Huh.
And right now in the Tunisian crochet like space, everybody wants metal Tunisian crochet hooks that have a thumb rest, have swivel cords, and the only person who has ever made them is like Suella, I think is her how you say it. But they cost $180 and everybody's like, "Oh no."
Wow.
Yeah, it's the only kind, it's like it fits all the criteria of what we need, but it's so expensive. Everybody's like, "Absolutely not."
Wow. Well, I mean, I could see $180 for a set of hooks. Hi, Cindy. Thank you. Um, if you're just a hobby maker and you don't maybe even know if you're ever going to use all those hooks, but if you're somebody who is doing Cronesian, oh man, Tunisian crochet for your business and you're serious about it, that's not a lot of money, especially
Yeah.
like if it's ergonomic in any way that it's going to help you crochet safely without hurting your wrist or any other part of you that, I mean, I don't know if they're ergonomic. You said they have a thumb rest, so I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's about as ergonomic as it's gonna get when it comes to that style of hook.
Yeah. Yeah, so in my opinion, it's not a lot of money if you know you're going to be using that thing for a long time. It's like running shoes.
Yeah.
Um, I have a cheap metal pair I bought off of Amazon. They look like knitting needles. Um, they were cheap, but I have every size. And I think I did one thing and I stopped.
Yeah, I think I did see a Tunisian crochet video on your YouTube.
Oh, really?
I think I did.
Man, I probably have some really old stuff on there that goes way back. I mean, when the 6 Day Kid blanket went viral, I kind of abandoned a lot of other things, that I I was just knitting and crocheting for fun. And
Mm-hmm.
um, I was learning Tunisian crochet right around that time. And I just made a couple things, and then I just really got invested in making my YouTube videos and stuff like that. So I didn't know what I was doing. So all my stuff needs. I'm gonna update all my swatch videos and redo my baby blankets from, those were like, I don't think I ever did videos for those guys. I made a lot of mistakes when I first started out. So if I have a Tunisian crochet video on my YouTube, I forgot about it. That's how much of a dingbat I am.
So, the yarn that you got from the yarn club,
Yeah.
did you do you know what you're gonna do with it yet?
I was thinking about doing a Metro North scarf with it. That's my design. It's a triangle shaped scarf, and the thing that I
Is that
like,
the one? Is
go
that
ahead.
the one that I saw on your card?
Yes, that's the one.
Oh, yes, I think you should do that.
That okay. Um, the thing that I like about that pattern is I kind of figured out how to, well, this is how I do it, and I call it halfway home on Metro North. If I take half of my yarn and I work the increases, and then when I run out of the first skein, then I start the decreases. So if you do that, pretty much any size, you'll use up almost all your yarn. You'll
Yeah.
use up the yarn, and then you can do an edge around it, just depending on what kind of edge you do. You should have enough of the second skein to, or half of the yarn to make it all the way around. And I just like that because then I don't have to wonder, like, oh, do I have enough? Am I going to run out? And I don't have to think, or I don't have to plan a lot. I just know I can just use one of these. And then as soon as one of them is gone, then I'm going to start the decreases and go around the edge of my scarf, and I'll have enough yarn, and I'll use up pretty much all of it or most of it. Just have a little bit left over.
Yeah, I kind of do the same thing. Like I make sure I have like an even amount, like an even number of skeins that I
Uh
want to do.
huh.
I kind of do the same thing.
What are you going to do with your yarn that you got up there?
I definitely am gonna make a shawl.
Uh
I
huh.
don't know if I'm have a like. I don't know specifically if I'm gonna. I know it's gonna be Tunisian crochet.
Uh
I
huh.
don't know if I'm gonna try to come up with my own like pattern,
Uh huh.
or if I'm going to look up a pattern and try to make it
Yeah.
that way. In a pattern that I like so far,
Yeah.
but yeah, I am very excited about that. But it probably won't be until later on this year, though.
Oh, who knows when I will, that will be like, that type of project is like totally enjoyment
Yeah,
project myself. Um, and possibly gift the finished item. Um, yeah, I don't know. I have a couple sets of, two skeins of yarn that I've bought in different places like that. Just kind of sitting, waiting for me to, it's like a collection of different yarn stores I visited.
yeah.
And I go and buy two skeins of yarn. Um, I usually buy like the local dyer, or like that store where the owner, dyes all that yarn. So
Hmm.
I usually try and buy their exclusive. Sometimes they have an exclusive colorway of something. Um, that's usually what I end up buying if I like it. If It's something I really like. So I have a couple sets of yarn of that nature that still sitting here waiting for me to make into a Metro North or something else. My
So how'd you come up with that name, Metro North?
I was living in New York and I was going back and forth to the city on the Metro North train a
Oh.
few times, and like that was the project that I would take and work on when I was on the train. And so I just called it the Metro North traveling scarf. It's a good travel project, and it's also I liked the idea of the halfway home. I just thought I was being clever calling it that, I guess. Um,
Yes, that is so cute. I like it. I like it a lot. I like the name. I like the concept. I love the concept of having like that go-to project that you can just take or keep in like your purse or whatever. So
yeah,
then you're always. I like that idea.
yeah. And you don't have to, I mean, this is kind of my personality too. And I know a lot of people are more like, well, I want to make a scarf this size, or I want to do this size. How much yarn do I need? And this is kind of like, I have this much yarn. I'm going to make a scarf with it. I don't know how big it's going to be. I'm
Yeah.
I'm just going to use, yarn economy, and I'm going to use this yarn. I'm going to use all of it. It's expensive yarn, and I want to show it all off, so
Yeah.
that's another part of it. Um, I actually was working on, and then I put it down for a while. It ended up in the naughty corner, and I never let it back out. But I was working on an adaptation of that scarf because it turns out to be a triangle. So I was trying
Mhm.
to do it so that um, it would be like multiple triangles connected together. And so
Mm.
longer, but then it would have the same patterning, but rather than just like making four of them and sewing them together, which obviously you could do if you wanted to, but I was trying to do it. I was trying to be clever about it and do it all in one piece. So that's
Mm.
something I have like in my little basket that I haven't looked at in a while. So I got to put that on my list and maybe calendar that one in. I'm going to get it back out every once in a while and work on it. But I got stuck. It went in the naughty corner and I got stuck. Oh, there's my 1 hour timer. I'm just going to get up out of my chair because my 1 hour timer went off. Stretch a little. How long are you going to hang out tonight? Oh, no.
I'm probably gonna finish this row and then I'll probably head out.
Everyone's going to see I'm in pajama bottoms. And here I was like putting earrings and lip gloss on, thinking like, oh, I'm all dressed up. They'll never know. Never know. I have pajama bottoms on.
That's me. It's like I wear a t-shirt and a cardigan, but then like if I really stand up, I have like a house dress on top of it underneath the t-shirt.
I went out to dinner with my friend a couple of times when she was here, and the first night we went out, she said we should have somebody take a picture of us because we're not in pajamas. We're not wearing pajamas. This is the first time we haven't been wearing pajamas like the whole time I've been here.
That's what me and my best friend do. We just lay up in pajamas and watch TV all day. Like we don't even have to talk to one another, but we just like being in the same room.
Oh man, we're even worse than that because we didn't even have the TV on. We just sat here in silent. Like sometimes during the day, I don't put the TV on. I don't put the radio on. Even like in my car, I don't do that. I think it probably would drive a lot of people crazy but I like to hear the ocean and I like the quiet and I don't always want to have like somebody else's thoughts and words and bouncing into my space, into my head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just I just sit here, I don't put the TV on. I'm just working and it's quiet, or I have the window open. I'm listening to the ocean. And then I put the TV on at night. But she said, I said to her, like, are you okay? Do you need anything? Did you want to go do anything? And she said, I'm perfectly happy to sit in silence and stare into space. It doesn't mean I'm upset. It doesn't mean I'm depressed. I like it like this. And so we got along really well all week. Of course, we're not on the same sleep schedule because I stay up really late sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
She is a baker in a bakery. So bakers get up really early. So she's used to waking up at like 4 a.m., which is, you know, a good 4 hours before I get up or more sometimes, especially if I have a hard time sleeping at night.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like when morning people come to the house because it does help me get back on a normal track. Like I if I end up not being able to sleep one night until like 4 a.m. or something, then I'm messed up for a few days.
Mm.
When people come who are like that go to bed early and they're early risers, it really does help me stay on like a better schedule.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, we didn't really do much. We just, hung out and snacked. She's like not a real picky person. She makes her own coffee, doesn't wait for me to cook, just goes and gets her own food or sandwich or whatever. Like those are the best guests.
Yes.
Those are the best guests, the one that just come in and they're, just happy to do whatever because it's a very quiet, slow kind of life here. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I do work a lot, but it from an outside point of view, it might look like I'm just sitting on my phone, or just sitting and crocheting all the time or whatever. But I love it.
Mm-hmm.
How's your little one doing?
Oh, he's doing great. He's living life. Living it up.
That's cool. He's
Yeah.
getting a lot done with him. I mean,
No. I don't get anything.
getting a lot-
I don't get anything done. I mean, now he's a lot better. Like he's very clingy. So at first, I really couldn't get like any type of chores done
uh-huh.
or anything. Like if I was sitting down, he would immediately want to be like in my lap or doing something. So or like if I was in the kitchen, he would want to be in the kitchen, mess with stuff. But now he's starting to, like actually play with his toys and leave me alone for 5 minutes.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so I'm actually able to get stuff done and um all that other good stuff.
That's
And
good.
so
That's
yeah,
good.
at first it was hard. It was hard. This boy would
Yeah.
not want if I ever sat down to do anything. If I was sitting down, he would start crying. Like, you don't want me to
Aw. Aw.
you don't want me to be comfortable? Like
Well, it's always hard too. Like you think, oh, when they take a nap, I can do this, this, or this, and then they stop taking naps. And then you think, when they take
yeah.
go to school, I'll be able to do this and this and this. And then they go to school, and it's like you spend your whole life picking them up, dropping them off, picking them up, dropping them off, picking them up,
Yep.
stuff they need. And then they're in high school, and you think, oh, they're older now. This will be easier. Nope, they're in a million things, and you're dropping them off, picking them up. If they're not doing that, you're going to all their different stuff that they do, their games, their concerts, their lessons, their this or their that, whatever. It just they keep you busy. But you know what?
Very.
Before you know it, they're grown and gone. Like
Yep.
in my mind, and my kids are still like 8 and 9 years old. Like that is the age that in my mind they still are, and they're still running around doing their stuff.
Hmm. Yeah, but I'm enjoying it. It's he's so silly. He's very silly. He's starting to talk now, so he
Oh,
says, "Uh-oh," and then I know he did something wrong.
oh.
He got into something, but he's also saying like doggy and stuff like little stuff. So he's getting there.
That's really sweet. Hey, Andrew, we are working on our man blankets, 6 day man blanket. I still have a long way to go on mine, but Alea is more than halfway done. I think you said you were halfway like two weeks ago.
Yeah.
And we're like only doing them on this live pretty much, but we only have 4 night. And then what? How am I gonna finish my man blanket if we don't keep
I think I'm probably going to get the yarn for it and probably won't touch it again until like November or or when it's like time for me to actually give it to the person, then I'll probably finish it.
Wow. Okay.
I feel like that's exactly what's gonna happen.
Wow. Well, I really want to get this done. And I mean, for me, I already gifted the first one away, but I want to make sure that I always have a sample of everything that I've done on hand. So that's really why I'm doing this. Um, yeah. And I have a bunch of projects like that stacked up that I guess I could just do on lives. I was talking to the fans in the comments, but glad to see you're reading comments. Thank you, Andrew. I appreciate you. Yeah, we didn't have a whole lot of people coming through the live tonight. Not as much as we usually do. There must be something good on TV. Amanda says, my baby is 16 and on her last 2 years of high school. I just want things to slow down. I know I'll miss all the running around. Yeah, it won't slow down. It just keeps getting worse. And then my kids went away to college, and I was like heartbroken. It was traumatic, really,
Mhm.
when they were gone. But I do remember those days when they were little. It's a lot of responsibility. It's just a lot. It's a big adjustment to the demands on your time and your body. Uh,
Yeah.
you know, it's a big responsibility. So y'all put poison out.
Yes.
Have you caught anything?
Not that I know of. Um, yeah, I'm hoping that we don't anytime soon. because I don't want to see I don't want to see it in our yard. Um,
Or your house,
or
right?
yeah, yeah, I think I would want to move out after that. um,
Oh,
yeah,
did
no,
you
we haven't.
go down there?
Say
Where
again?
did you go down into that area where it's
Nope,
supposed was? You did
nope,
not.
absolutely not.
So if you go down there, and I know you've had a baby, so I know that you have a heightened sense of smell because after you've had a baby, you can smell really good. Am I right?
That is true.
That's true. So if you go down there, you will be able to smell if it's a rat or not.
Mm-hmm.
say that. I'm not going to say what it smells like. I'm just going to say when you smell it, you'll know.
So when you were in New York, is it true that they have a whole bunch of rats over there?
How do you think I know what it smells like?
That's why I was. That's why I asked. Oh my gosh.
First year in my house, I had a mouse infestation. A mouse infestation.
Oh
Okay.
my god.
I had mice. And my son was like, we've got mice. It's really bad. And we were catching them all the time. And he didn't want to kill them. So he was taking the mice to his job, which was like 30 minutes away, and releasing them at his work. And we finally then said to the landlord, hey, listen, can we get a cat? Because the mouse problem is really bad. So after we got the cat, and we didn't see quite as many mice, but we still always had them. And then the second year, he uh, did a bunch of work on the house, and he put a new roof on it, and he kind of sealed up all the holes and spaces where mice could get in. That was really the problem. That was really
Mm-mm.
the problem, that there were a bunch of ways. The house was like a sieve, and they could just get in a bunch of ways. Uh,
Mm.
I mean, I would be sitting there watching TV, and would have like a a plate of like peanut butter crackers or something that I would be eating, and a mouse would jump up on my plate, just jump right up.
Oh no.
Yeah, it just come
Oh
right up and be like, hey,
no.
you know. And it was really bad. And then, but then we got that under control. And then my daughter, who lived in the basement, said, and okay, when we had the mice, I could smell if they had been in the kitchen. So they were in the kitchen a lot. So we'd have to like bleach, Clorox everything, because you don't want that in your food.
Yeah.
And so I couldn't even eat in my kitchen. I couldn't cook. I couldn't eat anything in my kitchen because I could walk in there and I could smell it.
Oh my god.
And I could smell it. They leave their poop everywhere. They pee everywhere. Well, rats are like worse than mice. My daughter was telling me when she came to live, she's like, I'm telling you, there's a rat. Then we had a rat. There is a rat down here. And we put poison out, and I started coming home, and I was smelling this smell, and it smelled like mice but magnified, and it
Oh
just
my
got
gosh.
worse and worse and worse. And I was going through the house, going crazy, trying to figure out where that smell was coming from. And my son was like, just the mice. And I was like, no, this is worse than mice. This smells like death and mice. And so my daughter and I could smell it as soon as I walked in the door of the house, and it was all the way down in the basement. And I'm telling you, it was really bad. So my
Oh
daughter
my god.
says, I found the rat. I found a dead rat in
Oh
in
my
my room.
goodness.
She found it, and I
Ooh.
I had to go like clean that thing up, and it had must have eaten the poison, and it had died, and it was like in a corner of her room, like stinking to high heaven. It was so bad, the way that it smelled. But before it died, when she said it was there, I knew it was there. I could smell it. It smells really bad. And then when it died, it smelled bad plus death. Oh, yeah. So I'm just telling you, if you go down there into that basement space, wherever whatever is happening, you will know if it's a rat, you'll know. It's just like
Yes.
a very distinctive smell. When you smell it, you're going to be like, yep, that's rat. Or, if you don't get that feeling, you don't smell something, then it's probably another type of critter, maybe just like a mouse or something else that came in and chewed up
Hmm.
and left. But if it's a rat that's living there, you will probably find and smell other types of evidence of its existence in your
Oh,
home.
I do not look forward to that. Hopefully, it stays in the what's it called underneath your house, the crawl space.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it stays there. I do remember there was one time me and my mom we lived in this like historical house in like Newport News. Really really old house. Like it was built in like the 1800s, not 1800s.
Well,
Like
that was my house in New York. It would have been built in the 1800s.
yeah,
Really?
this one was probably built in the early 1900s.
Okay.
Um and I remember her ex-husband just moved out, so it was just me and her, and we was sitting on this bench that she had. It wasn't we didn't even have a couch because he took his couch with him. And we were sitting on this bench watching TV, and my mom said out of the corner of her eye she saw a mouse come because she used to teach at a high school.
Uh huh.
The mouse came out of her bag and scurried up the stairs to our bedroom. And I said, she started screaming. I said, what's wrong? She said, it's a mouse. I said, no, no. And I have to go upstairs. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. I was so scared. Oh my gosh. And so then we got, like we went out and got mouse traps. So we put it where we saw the mice at. We only saw one, but she put out three. All three of them had mice in it. I said, "Oh my god!"
Yeah. If you only see one, there's probably a whole bunch. A whole. That's what
Oh,
they say. You put all, like multiple traps. But yeah. Oh my gosh. It's a
I
Yeah, it's an awful feeling.
it really is. And so I just like I don't know if I can stay. I mean, we ended up moving out that year. My mom loved the house. I loved the house too, but that whole mouse situation, like, I just wasn't for it. I was like, "Ma, I'm sorry, but you can't take your bag here in the house no more. Like, you can't do this no more.
Yeah.
Keep that outside or in your car. I don't, and then like trying to think that you have a mouse in the car maybe is even worse."
Oh, well, I had a rat. I lived in Hawaii for 3 years, and the rat situation is really bad there.
Mm.
And I had a rat that was getting up into my. I had this Ford Mustang, and I would park it in the garage, and I would leave the top down, and the rat was able to get in to like the area of it would go down into like where the top the convertible top went down, and the rat would go down into there, and it had a whole nest of
Oh
stuff.
my
It had
gosh.
Starbucks, it
Stop.
had food down there, and all my stuff. I would go, yes, Hawaii has rats. Hawaii has rats. They absolutely do. It was a big one too. Yeah, that was a whole. Then I would get in my car. This is how I would get in my car, and I would be like, "What's that smell? Why does it smell like rodent in here?" And other people would get in my car, and they'd be like, "Did you have a rat? Do you have a rat in here?" And then I would have, well, like what I would go down to school, and I would sleep in my car a lot. And I was like,
Oh my
I can't
gosh.
sleep in my car because I don't know if that rat is like hiding in the car, or if it's just, it's just in the car and then it hears me and it jumps out, or is it riding around with me, or did it just make a nest there in my car when my car was in the garage? Like
Oh my
I,
goodness.
other evidence of the rat in like boxes that we had stored in the garage, and that stuff all had to be tossed and thrown out because it was rat infested. It's yeah, it's bad. If you have a rat, you will know it. Like you will know if that's what that was, or if that was just something that came and did its damage and left. And if it's still around,
Mm.
I hope you get it, man. I hope you get it because that. Oh,
Talking about rodents make my stomach hurt. It really made me feel. Oh my gosh. So I hope that I don't have to actually see it. I hope it just, takes care of itself.
I hope so too. Because
Mm.
well, I mean, this is and the New York landlord. He's the one that got the man blanket because he let us get a cat, and then he came and fixed the house up so much. They just treated us like family, and I think they didn't want us to leave because we were really good tenants, but
Mm-hmm.
they treated us really well, like family.
That's good.
Yeah. Anyways, who wants to move to Hawaii? Is that you, Heather? They have rats, and then I don't know if this is accurate, but I'm going to tell the story anyways. I
Mm-hmm.
think they brought mongoose onto the island thinking that the mongoose would eat the rats or kill the rats, or they were a predator for the rats. And,
Mm-hmm.
um, rats are nocturnal and mongoose are diurnal, so they the mongoose did not solve the rat problems. Now they also have a mongoose problem.
Oh wow.
Mongoose on Hawaii. And they're like, I don't know if you've ever seen a mongoose, but they are like kind of look a little bit like a mouse, but they're bigger like a squirrel. I would say the closest thing to them is like a squirrel, but they'd have more of like a groundhog type of face or look, and they like dig holes and stuff. And the first time I saw one, I was like, "What is wrong with that squirrel?
Hold up. Now I gotta look at it and see what a mongoose looks
What
like.
of squirrel was that?" And people that live in Hawaii are like really sensitive about things that things that aren't in Hawaii. Like so there's like
Oh, it looks like a weasel.
yeah, it looks like a weasel. Yeah. So they're like, this person I was walking along with said, there's no squirrels in Hawaii. Like things like that. So I was like, well, what the heck was that? I had never seen one before, and it was a mongoose.
Yeah, don't they live in Australia?
I think they're from Australia. Yeah.
Yeah, when I think of a mongoose, I think of Australia. Yeah, it does kind of look like a really long squirrel.
So Heather says, and a chicken problem. Those dang things are everywhere. We were just FaceTiming with my son, and the roosters were going crazy. Okay, so I wonder if your son lives in Iea near where I lived, because we lived right up on the mountain. Down in the valley below was a chicken farm, and the roosters would cock doodle doo all day long, and we could hear them, and you just get used to it after a while. But I bet he's right up there, like in Pearl City, Iea, right above that chicken farm, or right near that chicken farm that we lived near. You could hear roosters all the time. He's in Lie near the Pollinates. No, absolutely nowhere, anywhere close to where I lived. So yeah, I bet they do have chickens out there and like little wild pigs that run around. You see those sometimes too, the wild pigs. Chickens lay their eggs in their stroller every day.
Oh wow. Free eggs, look.
That's pretty
The way
cool.
the price of eggs are, girl, you better be lucky.
Pretty cool. I would love to have chickens and have my own eggs. That would be pretty friggin' cool. I know you're not allowed to do it out here where I live. But
Yeah, my neighbor across the street, he has chickens and he has a rooster too, because I can hear the rooster cockadoodle doing all
yeah.
the time.
Well, a lot of the time people get roosters by accident. They're not intending to have roosters, but they sex the chicks when they're born and it's really hard to tell what's what. So sometimes roosters do get uh they slip by. Amanda is saying mongoose are from Europe and Africa, not native to Australia. Okay.
Oh, okay.
They're not native to Hawaii either. They were brought in by somebody. And I could be wrong about that actually, but that is what people always that's the story that I heard when I was there. Somebody brought the mongoose in to be predator to the rats.
Maybe they thought it was a squirrel. Try to bring squirrels to Hawaii.
There's a lot of feral cats out there too. My goodness. Tons of them. You would think there would be no rats at all. And also cockroach. Let's talk about bugs. You want to
Oh, oh my
time between
goodness.
mice and rats? We can talk in,
I can deal with bugs. I just can't deal with rats.
you
Oh
can do
my
with
god.
bugs.
Rats are I can't deal with rats or mice, but I'll deal with bugs if I have to.
Oh my gosh, we had a centipede in my house. They have those gigantic centipedes in Hawaii, and
Oh no.
I had seen one in my house, and they eat the cockroaches. So
Oh, okay, well that's good.
yeah, you want them around, they'll eat the cockroaches. Um, they have those flying cockroaches they call B-52s there, and those gigantic centipedes eat them. And I saw one in my house once, and I couldn't go home. I went to and I sometimes I would go home in the middle of the day, like when nobody was there, in between my classes and rehearsal, and I would like take a nap and chill out, and I couldn't do it. I had to go like find somewhere on campus to sleep because I couldn't sleep in my car because there was a rat in my car, and then I couldn't go home and sleep at home because I was afraid of that centipede.
You had a centipede at home,
Yeah.
a rat in the car. Oh my gosh.
The rat in the car was the worst. Oh my God. It smelled so bad. So,
Man, I ain't never heard that. No. My that's one bug my husband said he will not kill is a centipede because it just freaks him out so much. I said that's fine because I don't think we'll ever have one in our house, and if we do, I'll just get the vacuum cleaner.
Andrew says, love these random conversations, never a dull moment. Yep. That was like last time after you left. I was like talking about whatever. Really talking about the going to the dentist. What are we talking about? I think I did 3.5 stripes tonight. I'm not probably not going to stop until you say you're stopping. So,
Yeah, I think I'm gonna stop at the end of this row.
okay. I have no idea how far along I am in terms of progress. Let me check the pattern and see if it tells me. Bring all to front? No. Open recent. Where's the man blanket? Open on here. What brand shade is your mustard yarn? It's such a gorgeous color. This is Lion brand Vanna's Choice. This is my go-to yarn for Afghans. I just love it. It was actually designed by Vanna White for Afghans. And it's called Honey. It's Vanna's Choice. I didn't even notice that this label had been taped back on. I love that mustard color too. One of my favorite colors. Where is the man blanket on my system? Come on now. Why can't I find it? Just trying to figure out how far along I am. Thank you to everybody that let me know that there was a mistake in this pattern where I named the colors to repeat. I skipped color E. Some confusion, but that's fixed now. And if you purchase the pattern, you should update. Let's see. Rows 2 through 7, 17 times for a total of 18 repeats of the pattern. So how many did I do? So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5. I'm not even a third done. When you make a man blanket, you have to work a long time.
Yeah.
You have to work on it for a long time because it's a man blanket. You can tell I'm getting loopy when I start making up songs. Wow, and I think my video has been out of focus like this whole time. I need new glasses. Can't see. Oh, I can zoom in. Okay. Well, now I know. Now week I can get close. It's really nice and long. Mine's a good 5 feet wide. The blanket is written to be about 60 by 70. Oh, my sister's making one, and she said her husband wanted it to be even longer. That's looking good.
Yes.
Very nice. How much further do you have to go?
I think I'm still like close to halfway. Let me see. I have, let's see what my measuring tape says. I'm at 31 inches.
Oh, nice.
Yep. So.
Nice. I didn't even measure mine. I'm at about 19 and a half. All right, we wrapping it up?
Yeah.
Wrap it up. I'm going to stick my in there. Wrap it up. Wrap it up.
Hmm.
That's the only problem with zooming in, then I end up close. Probably scare people. Like, boo!
No, no.
It's your crochet
Yeah.
mom right in your face. Close.
Yeah, I gotta put up some lights in here, and I don't know. I feel like my background just looks so boring or uncohesive.
Well, I like the wall hanging that you have. And
This,
what is sometimes you do videos against this other wall um that's like blue and
yeah, this
yeah,
one,
that's really pretty.
yeah. But
Really
then
pretty.
there's this blank area, and then
Yeah.
I, I gotta figure it out. This
So
wall's a really weird size.
maybe tilt those shelves this way and then display the yarn right inside there. Well, that looks like they have doors and covers, but or even something going down the side of that. You could put something on the side of those shelves. I don't know if there
Mm-hmm.
you could put like a magnet or something on there or print something out that says your name or
True.
business name or do one of your cute things on Canva and print something out to stick up on there.
Yeah.
Some crochet, make yourself a little crochet banner.
Yeah. I'll figure it out. All right, Betty.
All right, my dear. Have a
Uh,
good week.
you too. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Turn my mic up. Turn the desktop. And that was it. I love going live with Betty. It's so much fun. Um, this is what I have so far. Do a little check-in, right? The blanket is about halfway done. I don't want this blanket to be too long because honestly, it's going to take too much time. And I told myself I'm only doing one blanket unless they're baby blankets. Um, if it unless it's like a design that I'm doing, I don't plan on doing like a whole bunch of blankets this year. Just because they take up way too much time. And I'm really trying to do a lot more and trying to design this year. I do want to drop at least 3 designs this year. That is my goal. And I can't do that if I'm making a whole bunch of blankets, but I do want to finish this blanket. This is a Christmas gift from my grandfather, if I haven't said that. But yeah, that's going to be it for today's live stream. Thank you so much, especially if you're watching this on replay. And if you're watching it all the way to the end, thanks. I guess I should do my outro. If you like yarn and crochet content, make sure you subscribe to my channel. If you're watching this video and you enjoyed the video, I'm gonna get better at these outro stuff. Make sure you like this video. Also, comment down below and turn on the notification bell so you know whenever I go live and post more content. I hope you have a wonderful day. And remember, create something gorgeous.